My people. Wonder shall never end, oh guys. Everywhere does she beg for the social media on fire, my people. Our relationship therapy, so bless you. See you don't scatter table. Everywhere they say but before I dive into today's gist, if I not greet my amazing Odogu subscribers as usual, what I can't get for the internet space. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's okay, UK baby gold. Hope you guys are good, hope you guys are fine. If you are new here, you're welcome. If you are old here, you're super welcome. My people, if you never subscribe to now, they wait for na beg make una subscribe, make una support to now get the shit beg queen. My people no be smarty. Let's see you don't call shake the table. Say it's okay. Man fit get side chick, but just respect your housewife and all that. But our auntie, not be every woman go take am. Me, I believe say even you yourself wey dey talk no go take am, because as person like me, I no go take am. I need to sew my coat, even though say the man not too overreach. No.
Because if you come in now, there will be drama, there will not be peace. Why not? Let me buy you a house.
When you met him, you knew he was married.
Yes, let me buy you a house, make you comfortable, make the child comfortable. He's my child, I know. One man will tell me he has a child outside, and I asked him, why haven't you told your wife? He said it's not the right time. That he wants the child to grow to a certain level, and he has just one child. So by then there will be no much. The woman will not be able to. She has no choice. He do it outside, and he gives you instruction. I am married. Do not call me by this time. Do not. Now exactly. The point now, what hurts me with the men is only I beg. Like when they come sometimes for counseling, I tell them, can you at least accord your wife
the respect that she deserves?
Finish. I'm not saying you should not do it. There are lots of people that are cheating, that they tell that they are cheating, you will scream. But because of the kind of respect, the kind of position you are in, you will do it. Respect. If we don't catch you, you are not doing it.
I am not guilty until you're caught. Because I think that it might come across as, oh, we women are enabling the men, but the reality of on ground is that if this is what the situation is on ground, really, at the end of the day, what a woman wants, to use respect and infidelity in the same sentence is a bit weird. But we are under weird circumstances. We're not dealing with circumstances like in England or America where you can sue for half. So, like you were saying now, I don't believe that the average woman, having invested in her marriage with children involved, should leave her husband because of another woman, especially if it's a girlfriend or a side chick. I don't believe that she should. I believe she should fight to save that marriage.
Hey, ma'am, no. If I catch you, I'm leaving.
Who, as in, if you, the woman, catch the man?
Personally. You know, sometimes people
how
come
easy
to me,
is it to leave?
I've been married before and I'm divorced. I took a walk.
No, but a lot of women have been married to their husbands and they haven't left. Does that make them less? No,
that's why I said everybody have different capacity of what they can take.
It comes back to the person, to the personality. Some women will stay. I have people who are staying for 6 months. I have people who are staying until they get to Canada. You understand? We have people who would leave immediately.
They will leave as soon as they get.
Yeah, people stay for different reasons. No, please permit me to finish what I said. You know, I teach a lot of these things, so I need to create that balance. When the guy stepped down from the campaign train, and then 2 people from the University of Yale started to wonder, how can a man be so smart and yet so stupid? You would have become the president of America, but because of a lady, you couldn't control yourself. And they did all of that research, and that research went to the fact that there's something called the smartness of emotion. That's how emotional intelligence started.
Okay.
So let's give it to this. Or they say, let's give it to the side chick. But the entire research that brought about the concept of emotional intelligence was because a man couldn't control himself, you know, with his side chick, and he lost the bid to become a president. So these things are not new, right? But I would agree that in Nigeria, it could be prevalent, like everything because our laws are not working.
I want to ask you one question. Yeah. Why do men never leave?
Never leave.
Nigerian men are supposed to be the most prevalent adulterers. They are supposed to be extremely excessive when it comes to outside entertainment or outside dalliances. But why do they never leave their wives? They come, you find the ones that will tell you, oh, she doesn't understand me, oh, she's fat, oh, she has become boring, oh, da 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 da. And then of course the side chick is exciting them, or the mistress is exciting them, because they always put on their A game when with their side chick or their mistresses. You don't see, you're not with him when he has dysentery. You're not with him when he's vomiting. You're not with him when he's going through an incurable illness. You're not with him in the bathroom when he's doing number 2. I mean, marriage there's a lot more to marriage than sex or than physical compatibility. So why don't they leave this supposed boring wife that doesn't understand them, that does this, that does that? Why don't they leave for the side chick outside?
There's so many things invested in the marriage, irrespective of the attraction on the outside. Children are already invested, right? Time of building that home is already invested, right? There's so many things the wife can manage and take that if you try with the side chick, she's gone to another man. So with the side chick or the mistress, she still has option. Okay, so the man would stay with the woman, you know, the woman of his youth, right, that understands, that is ready to sacrifice everything. And somewhere in the depth of the man's head, what this woman can take from me and what this woman is building from me, the mistakes this woman will take from me, the side chick would not take it. Number one. Number two, culture. Everyone wants a home, no matter what it is, right? But there are men that leave. There are men that have walked away. I've met people who, I've met children who says, I was talking to like a 20 years old that works in the company recently, and he drove with me in the car. We're going to drop in the bus stop. Say, how are you doing? Just to chat with him as a staff. And how's your mom? And I saw he was talking about his mom. I said, what about your dad? He said he walked away. He walked away when we were like 9. So some men actually walk away. But I would say that a man that walks away with a side chick, right, has his own decision. He made it out of his own choices. Okay, I don't believe that at the end of the day, a side chick can take a man out of a house against his own volition. No.
What's your take on that?
Let me land it. I believe that a man that doesn't know what he wants, or that is weak, there are weak men, right, can be taken away, right? A man is not a property that people take. There are weak men and there are strong men. There are wise men and there are foolish men. From one of these men, there are those that the side chick can take away.
But it might not necessarily be a sign of weakness. It might be that the man genuinely wants
to leave.
That's
why I said some leave.
They
leave because they want to leave, not because the side chick took them.
No, that's what I'm saying. That some men will not leave unless there's something to live for. Do you understand? If there's a side chick that is giving them more happiness, that is giving them more, making them happier, they might decide that, you know what, how much more do I have to live? I'm a certain age and I'm looking for my happiness. Damn it. They're in the minority, but some of them do leave. Do you understand? What's your take on that? Listen, some men is not necessarily because they are weak, it's why they leave. Some of them is because they've decided to embrace what makes them happy, and if anything, is the guts that they have that allow them live for the side chick outside.
It takes us back to the same reason. A lot of people marry for the wrong reasons. A lot of people.
No, but what about falling out of love? You might not necessarily have married for wrong reasons. You might have married and loved your spouse when you married her, and then you've just grown apart.
You can't grow apart, but if you guys have something that is rooted, it's just a misunderstanding. We can talk about it. He said something like having kids. So it'll be difficult for when you look at the children, you look at, but there are some times that these men, they've drifted away. You know, the reality of this whole
but this drifting, is fault of both parties though? Or is it the fault of the wife? And if so, what are the kind of things that wives do that make their husbands drift away from them?
Either the fault of the wife or the fault of the husband.
No, but what kind of things do wives do, for instance, that can make husbands drift?
I'm a man, I can tell you.
Okay.
Right? If a woman refuses to constantly put herself in a situation where she will be wanted by the man, the man can drift away. I've had, if a woman, you see, the work of a woman in the house is so much that romance and what you wear at night, you know, and play and, you know, being excited and all of that is taken away.
Not because you think that can be as rampant.
Yeah, not because she doesn't want to, because there's work. So there's so many things a woman will be doing at home that would make a man drift away. In fact, the man can even look at her and just say, no, it's not even time to play. She's busy, you know, taking care of things in the house, and he's just by himself. All of that work that unfortunately would make a man drift away, right? The side chick is not doing all of that work.
Okay, the mundane running of the home and what have you.
That's a lot of work for a woman.
It is.
But that work, the side chick doesn't have it. Now, a man can then decide that, no matter what, I'm going to stay. But some men because.
So what makes them say?
It now takes us back to the statement I made that brought me here. Now, he just said something. As a wife, there's a lot of things to be done. Take care of your husband, in-laws, children. There are lots of things to be done. This side chick don't do anything and just take care of the men.
Yes.
And that's why they are called side chicks. That's their job. That's what I tell them. Allow these women do their jobs. Face your marriage. Leave what is outside. Stay inside. Because if you go outside, they are doing a job for years. Because there are some times if you're a banker, you come back, you are tired.
So are you even saying that the side chicks sometimes will make the marriage in the house?
Yes, that's what keeps it. Because if there is no side chick, these men can't stay. They are the ones that cool these men down. When they are having misunderstanding with their wife, they are the ones that will go, the side chick will run back, he will drive back home. But if there is nowhere to go, this man will walk out. That's the truth. We need to give I'm being realistic, we need to give a lot of side chicks accolade. Because a lot of women, when women marry, they feel like, I'm there already. They lose themselves. They feel relaxed. There are some certain things they feel I've overgrown. I used to tell most of my clients that come, I used to tell them it's over maturity that kills your marriage. You start feeling, I'm too big to do this. This man has to be your friend. That's what attracts these men to these young girls. Those small, little, it's not money. So most times I tell the wife, sit up, stop being too gym. Stop being too uptight, mommy Gio. Sit, talk to your husband, except there will always be that beautiful girl. And if the girl is intelligent, outspoken, have what it takes, the man will walk and not look back.
Can we create a balance and speak to the men?
Exactly.
I think that's very important. So that we're not establishing. I love the reality part of it, but there's also always going to be the ideal. Can we also speak to the men?
Yeah.
Okay, man, you need to also realize that your wife can no longer, or does not have time, or does not have capacity.
Exactly.
Men, you need to realize that the belly fat you're seeing is as a result of your children. And if your side chick had given birth to the same children, 27 months of pregnancy, she probably would have the belly fat. So you have to respect that. We need to establish that fact. You understand? Men, do not allow the weakness, the lack of time of your wife be the reason
why you're living.
If you want to be promiscuous as a man, be and suffer the consequence. Stop saying that it is because of the woman. I know there's a reality to that, but I know that at the end of this, we want to take something away that helps the society. Is that the goal?
Another thing, yes, of course, that's the goal. Another thing that's that men take it for granted that once a woman is a wife, she's had your children. Yeah. You've taken that just because you don't find her attractive. Other people, and
I have a perfect example for that.
Please,
yeah.
Other people also find her attractive.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the same reasons why you're leaving your wife to go out to look for somebody else, this same wife can be being admired by somebody else who can give her the attention husband is not giving her. So I think more time.
The reverse of what Blessing said is, as a man, when you now get married, before you got married, you used to buy her things. You used to surprise her. You used to take her out. Now you're married, you don't do all those things anymore. A man came to me and said, before we got married, my wife used to be very active in sex. But now she's not anymore. She lied to me. And by the time I spoke with the wife, guess what? The wife said it was the things that he used to do that used to get me into the action.
But he stopped it. Of marriage, how often can this happen? It's a tough task.
So marriage is work.
Trying to maintain that sexuality in marriages, trying to maintain the excitement and the whatever.
But that's why you married. That's
why they have to do the work.
Somebody asked me one day. I asked my mom one day, why did you marry? Give me the basic reason why you married my father. She said he's handsome, and my father cannot tell her sorry, and she will not agree. So there are some people you love. You guys are friends.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't love and friendship transcend sexuality?
A lot of marriages don't have it. I'm taking you back. They married for money. They married their grandfathers. They married for biological clock. That's what they have to face.
Okay, so you're saying that those who do not have that solid foundation of friendship, of compatibility.
Some people don't know their partners. They are strangers. A lot of them are married.
But people also drift apart, though, don't you think?
It can be worked on. Drifting apart is the easiest one.
But is it possible for men, especially since it's them we're talking about now, is it possible for men to fall back in love with their wives if they have been through something horrible with the side chick outside or the mistresses outside.
Very,
Yes.
very possible.
Women are emotional beings, and just
Very possible.
sometimes
About the men
man,
falling back in
the
love
man, very
with
possible.
their wives.
It's possible.
Very, very
when they've
possible.
gone through.
the way is the way you handle
It's very
it.
possible.
It's where who handles it.
The woman handles it. If I see that my husband has a side chick, or I won't even talk. The only thing I will do is I will ignore him. Cheating is sweet when there is somebody chasing you up and down, scrolling through your phone, checking your pockets. If I'm so busy flying everywhere to do courses and keeping myself busy, you would learn to respect yourself. You don't force discipline on people. Some men, I said it before, a man can cheat on you over and over again, but he loves you so much. Why? A lot of men don't have discipline. Society did not teach them. They groomed us more. We the women were the one they taught how to cook soup. It's only the intelligent ones who are well traveled and exposed that understands what it takes to keep a. And what about the ones people that have one wife? Tony Elumelu them. They are disciplined men. It's because they're exposed. Then you see a common Igbo man telling you, a man on with one, man on with Igbo.
What does that mean?
I cannot stay with this one, I cannot stay with that one. So it's discipline. Fidelity is hard. I used to tell a lot of women when they come, when you get married, find your husband's weaknesses and help him with it. Some men, their weakness are women.
Okay, so how do you help your husband? If his weakness is his women, how do you help him?
Make him your friend. Start to do those things that he like. A lot of women, once they get married, they become rigid.
Oh, okay.
Just to add to what you said, because you said some
Yeah, wrap it
men,
up soon, so let's
some men
just
can
finish up with
change.
you.
Apart from what she said, there are men who would get a jolt, who would regret their action, who would hear something in a session, and then decide that, you know what, I have to work this out. And they start doing the things they used to do before, and they can fall in love again.
Okay.
So let me interrupt you. By then,
Yeah.
the woman has outgrown that thing.
Yeah, but
When you met me in my 20s, I used to like ice cream. So if you want to bring me back in my 30s, I have something else. I've grown.
Yeah, but that's why it's your husband.
he'll
You will
find-
learn
he'll
and
find
find
out.
out what
It's
it is that
possible.
makes you tick.
People don't even communicate in the marriage. Center.
No, I don't think it's all that bad. But I think because otherwise marriages will not last 20 years, 30 years, 40 years.
How?
They must find a middle ground.
And they're
somewhere.
lasting that.
How many
that
20
long.
years, 50 years do we have now in this Gen Z generation?
Now Gen Z, I don't know.
Our own are 2 weeks.
Anyway, as usual, we don't have enough time. Thank you so much, Blessing.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Naharo, for being with us today. And this is a topic that I really wish we had a much longer time to discuss. But I hope that anybody watching would have learned one or two things from the reality bites that we've exchanged today. Thank you so much for being with us.
A pleasure,
Thank you, your
sir.
perspectives. If someone is willing to cheat with you, they will one fine day cheat on you. As much as you hate to admit it, you're not the exception to the rule.